Welcome to the blind battle of the stag and the poor man's stag. I'm your host Sam, and this is Whiskey and SV. All right, tonight is going to be a super exciting episode, at least for me. I managed a couple of days ago to get my hands on a stag, and not just any stag. This is a store pick from Nob Hills Liquors in San Francisco, and it is at Hazmat. It is 70.5% ABV or 141 proof. So, and I cracked it earlier today, and it got me thinking because I have a friend whose name is Kevin, and he's very into Buffalo Trace Mashbill One, and he's been trying to kind of try to see if it's possible to replicate the kind of flavor profile of Stag by taking this much cheaper product called the Benchmark, which is also a Buffalo Trace product, but it is much cheaper, right? I think much more cheaper and much more available. I think this I got for like $23 from KNL Wines here in Silicon Valley, and this, well, actually the MSRP for this is supposed to be I think 47. I saw someone post that they bought one from Costco, batch 22B from Costco in Delaware last week for like 47.99 plus tax, but it's impossible that you'll find it at that MSRP. Buffalo Trace MSRPs are basically a joke. Um, yeah, I think I paid 250 out the door for this. A good friend of mine managed to pick it up for me, and yeah, I was just very surprised that I was able to get my hands on it, and yeah, just super excited about it. I opened it earlier today, and it was just so good, and I had to know, is it really? Am I just hyping this in my head, or is it that good? And the only way to find out is to do a blind, right? Yeah, so this is the main guy. This is like kind of like the cheaper version of the same mash bill from the same distillery. Typically, it'll have less age. It won't have the barrels picked won't be as fancy or whatever. And then this is the poor man's benchmark. So it's basically this product that my friend Kevin took and put in an oak barrel, like a 5 liter oak barrel, and he let it age for 5 months in his backyard in San Francisco. He that's apparently what you how you get like a poor man's stag, or the way I like to call it is a rich man's benchmark, because if you have the time and luxury to go and procure this and then buy the barrel and put it there and age it, then you are a rich man for sure. Anyways, enough talking. I'm excited to do this blind. So let's do the pours. I'll do, as usual, half ounce of each, starting with the Stagg Hazmat. Oh man, that's Buffalo Trace characters is so awesome, and it comes through so nicely in the Stag. This is also Hazmat because uh, when you put a whiskey in a barrel in a warm temperature where there's a lot of like breathing because of like the changes in temperature, you actually get water evaporation instead of alcohol evaporation. So the ABV tends to go up. So this was also, I think, around the same ABV as this one. What I paid was 10 times the price for the stag. It better damn well be at least 5 times better. Okay, as usual, I'm gonna first just nose them, and I'm not gonna taste any of them, and hopefully on the nose I'll be able to tell because I think the stack had a very distinct nose. So this has some ethanol to it. I don't remember the stack having the ethanol. It's clearly the Buffalo Trace Mash Bill one, but very vanilla and caramel forward. But I don't think this is the stag. I think actually this may be I get some of the recognizable oak characteristics, so I think this might be the poor man's stag, because there was a significant amount of like toasted oakiness in the barrel that Kevin aged it in. Um, it's a wonder, by the way, how much difference you get out of just 5 weeks of aging in one of those small barrels. Because a 5 liter barrel, you get a lot of oak influence, and if you put it in hot weather outside, um, yeah, it just makes a big difference. So, okay, let's see, what's the next one? I get a lot of ethanol in this as well, so and it doesn't have the same oakiness. So I'm gonna guess that this one is the benchmark. It damn better be the benchmark. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, I hate these. I hate these red glasses. These black Glencairns. I don't think this is obvious. No. How's that possible? Even this is kind of no. This is like this comes across as much like sweeter confectionery than the other two. There's not a whole lot of difference. I don't know. This is so weird. Oh my god. Okay. I'm confused on the nose. I thought it should be obvious, but it's not. Now I think this is my preferred one out of all the three. This is much more muted than the other two. Not muted, but like not. It's not as ethanol forward. Yeah. So I don't know. So far, I think I prefer this one. There is it reminds me of I've only tried, I haven't tried a lot of this, right? I tried it once in a big drinking session, and another time, maybe one other time, I tried it after having a few other stuff. But there's some oaky note in this that kind of reminds me of that. And I opened this earlier today. I was so impressed, but now I really can't tell. I'm just like, is it this? This one is a bit. You have to be more careful with how much you let in. So okay. I'm gonna say on the nose, I prefer this the most. Yeah, there's just some special oak note about it that I really like. I prefer this the least. This you have to be careful. Even with mouth open, when I breathe it in, there's a slight burn. So there's a chance that this could be something that's higher proof, which would mean it would be the stag. I don't know. Okay, I got a taste. Let's see. Yeah, very oak forward, and it's a very distinct oak note. I'm almost 100% sure that this is Kevin's Poor Man's Stag or Rich Man's Benchmark. I really like this oak note. It's great. Um, it doesn't have the same like aromatic, the strong aromatic notes that I thought I was getting in that, the confectionery notes, but it's really is amazing. I have to say I really like this. Okay, let's go for the second one. Lots of um, cherry, caramel, vanilla, um, then oaky notes. Um, it's very good. I don't know. That could be the stag. I actually don't know. Wow, this is unbelievable. I thought this should be not even close. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not even close. This is the stag for sure. It's just so much nicer on the palate, and then the bitter oak notes that are kind of like dark chocolate come out. Um, yeah, no, I'm fairly certain. But you know what? I still like this a lot. I mean, it's definitely a different experience, but it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily worse than the stack. It's just very different. Um, between these two, like it's kind of obvious that this is just better. Like it's smoother, and yeah, a lot more complexity, a lot more oak. Um, the oak is kind of bitter, but like not in a bad way. But it's definitely like very present. It's no you know that there's oak in there. It's unbelievable that this is like hazmat. It drinks quite smooth. I mean, on the nose, definitely you got to be careful because that's you can't hide that much alcohol. But um, yeah, let me just go for this one more time. It's very young. It doesn't have the same oak, and it just comes across as young, and that's why when you take this and you age it for even for such a short period of time, you get such better outcome. Like this, um, yeah, like just when you try it at first, it seems like okay, this is not that different, but then like the finish and the end of the palate, like those um, young kind of spirity note comes out. That's like not that great, and they just don't exist here. This like feels like a much more mature, much more well-rounded bourbon, and this just the nose is amazing. I love this. The oak is there. It's like hiding. It's hiding the youth. You know, it's hiding the youth with oak with just like a layer of. Um, it almost feels like um, oak flavoring though, not like actual you know oak that comes from like aging. I don't know. It's but I really like this. I mean, I think for me, because I've recognized that as a stag, I don't want to say I don't want to say that it's not my number one, but at the same time, I think this holds up. This rich man's benchmark or poor man's stag is damn great. I just yeah I when you think about price, it's a no brainer that this is just so good that yeah, there's no point paying so much more and searching so much more to get that. Um, wow. Okay, let me try again. Final thought between these two. I mean, this is obviously like too young. It's like not it's not a contest. It has some like fizzy like cherry cola flavor to it as well. Um, no, for sure it's more complex. It's definitely better. But is it 10 times the price better? No, it's not. Um, I think at most I would say it's like 20 to 30% better than this one. Yeah, it's definitely like way better than the regular benchmark. Okay, I need to know first. I'm making all this stuff up, and let me see at least if I got them right. So this has to be number one, right? Okay, yes, this is number one. This is the stag, and this has to be number two. It is number two, and this has to be number three. Okay, so at least I got them right. On the nose, I wasn't really sure. I thought it should be obvious, but it wasn't really obvious. Um, but yeah, I think this is do yourself a favor. If you can't get your hands on the stag, get yourself some benchmark foolproof and get a like a 5 liter barrel. And if you live in a warm climate or during summer, even for 5 weeks, this is amazing to me that 5 weeks and $20, $25 kind of product made such a solid outcome. Oh, I love that nose. Very different, but yeah, this one you have to be careful with the nose. But I would say, given okay, this one you don't even have to be careful with the nose, which is messed up. I mean, he used one of those things where you look at it and you put a drop on it and you measure it, and this is hazmat, and yeah. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Yes, technically, is this better? Yes. Is it worth $250 when you can have almost the same experience and in no ways inferior kind of experience by like okay so let's I'm sure barrels are not cheap, but you can reuse them. Your time is not cheap, probably, but I think you can have a really great experience by doing this. I think I need to do more barrel aging experiments, and I'm glad that I have a bunch of friends that are like into it. So I'm going to be trying to do more of that, and yeah, I'm very excited about this. So cool. Thanks for joining me tonight, and see you next time. Cheers.